Hello, and welcome to the Hardcover Hooligans podcast. I'm Danylo, and I'm joined in person with Mac.
Yes, I'm here.
This is the first time we're recording the episode in person.
Yes, and this is it now.
We're doing this in person now.
We're doing it in person now.
Hopefully it sounds better on your end.
If you're not privy to what goes on in uptown Minneapolis, Danylo and I are neighbors now.
Yes, which is very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice and fun. Now, I have a question about the book we're reading today, Mac. And if you were an author and you wanted to write a scene that involved fantasy sexting, how would you do it?
Oh, that is a good question. Is there some, how did they communicate via vast distances in Mistborn? Didn't they speak through a metal?
Oh, no, it was like you moved a pen with a jewel on it. Remember that?
That's how they spoke vast distances?
Yeah, it was like a telegram. It was like email.
Oh, I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember
I don't know
their
if it was
email.
part of the first book, but
I mean, it would have to be something like that, or magic telepathy, or like you write something in the sand and you I don't know, print screen your mind.
Sure.
That's how I would do it, I think.
Interesting.
And I'm no writer.
The correct solution is you teleport the same piece of paper back and forth to each other when you're in the same building.
Oh, when you're in the same building. Nice. That's
different
good.
rooms, same building.
It's like passing notes.
Yep, exactly.
And Now what are you talking about?
Now I'm talking about the second book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series.
Yeah.
Which I think is called
is it?
Court of Mist and Fury.
The whole
I think that's the
series,
name of
it's
the
not
series.
like a Song of Ice and Fire.
I don't think so. Let's look inside the book
Interesting. Now, Danylo, that book is sopping wet. What happened?
On the way over here, my water bottle leaked a little bit all over my laptop and book.
Nice. Good.
All right. It doesn't say, and I don't care.
Yep.
So
it's called the A Court of Thorns and Roses series.
And the second book that I read for this time is called A Court of Mist and Fury, or ACOMAF for short.
ACOMAF for short.
So this book, last time, their listeners will remember, I read A Court of Thorns and Roses, and it was possibly the worst book I've ever read.
Yeah.
This book is better.
Now, I have an immediate question.
Yep.
In preparation for this, I told you off mic that I re-listened to our episodes
Yes.
of A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Mm-hmm.
Your biggest problem with the book was literally sentence by sentence.
Yes.
And now we also talked about that, all the dumb plot contrivances that happen. But I thought and maintain that there are some fun ideas in that book that had a better writer been in charge of them.
Yep.
It would have been better. Is this book better because it is actually sentence for sentence written better?
Yes.
Wow.
It feels more readable. There's occasionally
Nice.
moments where you're like, okay, that's...
Does she still do the thing with the painting?
No, we're going to get to that. So yes, I think sentence by sentence, this book is better. I would say readable.
So what happened?
I think it's she wrote a book and then got better at writing a book. Yeah. There's still some goofy stuff and like the pacing isn't all there and it's like still not good.
But you didn't want to actively throw yourself out a window as much as you did the last time.
No, I'm like, at worst, I'm like, this is boring, I don't care.
Right.
But it's not like,
which you're not
going to
get over.
any sense and I'm going to have a stroke.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So remind us where we left off in A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yes. So I'm going to give a quick plot summary if you haven't listened to our previous episodes. It's weird because some books have like second book of a series syndrome.
Yeah.
Where they rely on you like remembering lots of stuff and they don't explain anything.
Yeah.
And then some second books like over explain where like every time something comes up it like re-explains it to you from the previous book.
And we can take an L on this. We love Robin Hobb around here. Robin Hobb does that a lot.
Yes.
The second book and then the third, and every single one, a character will bring up something and they'll be like, yes, and this reminds me of the time where
sometimes
this
it's like
happened.
200 pages of like getting up to speed.
Yep. And to be fair,
those are
you're not
written
supposed
in a time.
to read them in immediate succession because that's not how they came out.
They came out a year apart in a time with no internet.
Like I finished the 5th game of Song of Ice and Fire novel a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
So when and if the 6th one comes out, I will very much appreciate when he inevitably has to recap a bunch of information.
This book is strange because
the cover is green.
The cover's green.
Yep.
And the second book syndrome part, there's some things that she constantly re-explains and is constantly super important from the previous books, where you're like, I got it.
Yeah.
I remember this. Some things where it's like she just puts it in there and like expects you to remember, it doesn't elaborate. So it's like sort of crazy making.
Yeah,
like it's too much information and not enough.
Does she still describe everything through her artist's lens?
No, so we're gonna get to that.
Okay,
we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
There's literally a line. It made me laugh out loud. All right. So first things off, we have to say the fantasy map of this book is just the UK and Ireland.
Yes.
So just gotta put that out there.
Yes.
It's
we'll talk.
I think it's not great.
We talked about this before we recorded today. We failed to mention. Well, we mentioned a little bit, but we failed to really get into how problematic it is, specifically towards Irish people. And I don't know if you can tell by my pale skin and name and red beard, but I'm Irish. Not that I, care all that deeply about this woman, but yes, there's a lot of problematic things regarding Irish people and the Irish culture in this book, but not yet.
Yes.
So
this
when
first
we
half
get
of the book,
there,
no big bad people, but the bad guy is from Fantasy Ireland, and as of right now, all the bad guys are from Fantasy Ireland.
Yeah, and so when that becomes more explicit, maybe later, or when we do the fucking third one, we will get into it then. But just so if you're listening and you're like, why aren't they mentioning this? We know.
We will.
But we're not going to bog it down.
There's other slightly problematic things that we can talk about this time around.
Ooh, interesting.
So, okay, quick recap of the last book. Our main character is Feyre. Sounds a lot like fairy, but she's a human. She's Feyre. Lives in a bad family. They're poor. They used to be rich. Her dad lost their fortune. He's not working because he's depressed or whatever. And her sisters one is nice and one is mean. Classic fairy tale nonsense. She has to go and hunt for their food.
Yep.
And she's like, she hates her family's awful to her constantly, but she feels some random loyalty to them
because
no reason.
Her mom.
Oh yeah, her
mom made her
That's
promise.
so funny. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
That never comes up. No,
really?
never talk about it. Like when my mom died.
Yeah, she made on her deathbed made a promise. The mom was a big part
of the last book.
Yes, a huge part. When she died, made a promise to made Feyre, an 8-year-old at the time, promised to her to take care of everyone and look after them.
Yep.
Which is why throughout the whole book, when everything is awesome,
my family.
Yeah, she's thinking about her family.
So her family's bad. She kills a fairy who she thought was a wolf, but also is like, maybe it's a fairy. But also, if it's a fairy, I don't care. But it could be a wolf.
Right.
She kills him. She gets kidnapped by a friend of that fairy. His name is Tamlin. He's the High Lord of the Spring Court. There's all these, the fairyland has all these different courts. There's the day court. There's the night court, which is very funny.
Night court. We talked about that last time.
Night court's funny because it's an 80s comedy show. A big part of this book takes place in the night court.
Yes, because we're introduced to everybody's favorite hunk of meat in this book.
Now, we'll get to that. So there's all these High Lord stuff, but then she learns, she's like trying to get back home, whatever, who cares? There's a big bad guy. The evil queen, Amarantha, is holding the whole fairy world hostage in this like palace under the mountain. And Feyre goes over there and just try to break the curse, and she has 3 tests. And the first trial is her killing a giant worm in a sandpit. And in this book, Mist and Fury, it's all anyone talks about she ever does. Like she did some things in the past book. Everyone knows about her killing the giant worm, which is hilarious because that's the first trial in the last book. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I just listened to it. I really don't remember that. So she gets 3 challenges, Hercules style.
Yep.
Hercules famously had 3 challenges. And one of them is she fights in some sort of coliseum to kill a worm.
Yeah, it's like a maze, and there's a big worm, and she makes a
right.
ramp with bone spikes and it lands on it. And it's funny that that's the first one, because I think that is one of the only like sort of fun and clever and action-y type things in the last book.
Yep.
it's hilarious. That's the only thing anyone ever talks about her doing.
Well, it's because it's the only one people probably remember.
Right. Because the second trial is like solve the riddle on this wall and she can't read.
Right.
And
that's
and then
right.
like she gets
that.
Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
And the third one was she has to like kill a fairy and then kill another fairy. And then the third one, the back is with head, and it's Tamlin, her fairy love.
Right.
And she's like, oh, I remember all the clues. She stabs him because his heart is made of stone.
Right.
And then at the same, not only does she finish the trial, she solves Amarantha's riddle, which the answer was love. And it breaks the curse.
Which I also solved, by the way, live on the show.
I immediately. I think most people solve it immediately.
Yeah, love.
And she dies.
Yes.
But then all the High Lords bring her back, and she is resurrected as a fairy. Now she's immortal. Another character we meet is Rysand. I'm going to say Rysand, and I'm going to say Rice.
Oh,
I don't know. For the name,
shortened?
I think technically it's Reese or Rysand, but I might flip between the two.
Yeah.
We meet him in the last book. He's Amarantha's whore.
Yeah,
He's like
he is.
Sexy guy. He's trapped.
Because we meet him and he's
slave.
like a douchebag, and then when she's actually at Amarantha's palace, he's like, hey, actually, not everything is as awesome as you think.
Well, he also like tattoos her and like drugs her and makes her like dance naked in the court.
Because when she gets tattooed, she's like, it's like a spell she's like under or
he
something.
Can like keep tabs on her. And some of it's like she like makes a bargain with him. This is everything I'm saying is relevant for this book.
Yeah.
She makes a bargain with him to be like, okay, you have to spend 3 weeks in the spring court and 1 week with me in the night court.
Yeah.
Saying night court is so funny. It's never not funny. Which is very Persephone and Hades coded style. Yeah. Okay, so that is the first book. Second book, Artemis and Furious, we're talking about today. There's a little prologue chapter where she's having PTSD.
Oh no.
Yep. From killing these fairies. When she kills a fairy, she's like, I murdered innocents. I'm just as bad as the evil queen.
Because now she's a fairy.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh my god.
Oh my god, I killed it, but like I don't know, she was sort of forced to do it.
Is this you mean the wolf, correct?
No. At the end, like the last trial, she had to like stab.
Oh, that's right. She stabs some dude.
She stabs like 2 fairies before she like stabs Tamlin, and like those 2 actually die. So she feels a tremendous amount of like guilt. She's having nightmares of like Amarantha being like, kill the fairy, and she's like, no. It's like, you have to, and so she's very distressed about the fact that she had to do this.
Sure.
And the first line of the book is her vomiting into a toilet.
Nice.
And she vomits so many times
in
this book. Which is hilarious to go back and be like, why does the book start like this? Because of her PTSD, her nightmares are so bad she's vomiting.
Yeah.
And then something else gross happens. She's like always vomiting. It's crazy.
Yeah, some authors they always use like he grinned or like he smirked.
Right. Yeah.
She vomits.
Yeah. In the first book, like she was always shaking and like, or her bowels were turning watery.
Yes.
But this time she's just straight up vomiting all the time.
It's no bowel talk now.
Yeah. There's a lot of like, I wish I hadn't eaten such a full breakfast when she gets told about like the impending war. I'm like, all right, everything makes her nauseous. Yep. Everything makes her shake. Anyway.
And she's a fairy, but they still throw up, huh?
Yeah, they also have toilets.
Yeah,
It's very funny.
They can like teleport.
They said white porcelain. They have white porcelain toilets. That's
like that flush?
I get they never talk about whether they're flush or not.
Yeah, you'd think in the fairy world you would just like what did J.K. Rowling say about their poop? They just like poop all. I think she said something like they just poop all the time and like and whip it away and vanish it. There's no toilets. I just don't think you'd ever need to bring up that there's toilets. I think everybody would
I don't think there's sinks. They're not like, oh, I washed my hands before dinner. But I guess if you're vomiting, you got to vomit into a toilet.
You have to.
So it's been 3 months since she had her trial under the mountain with the evil queen Amarantha, and she's unhappy. He won't let her like go out. He's like protecting her. He asked her to marry him. She said yes. She was so happy. But she's like, she like wants to go out and like visit her family, and he's like, no, it's too dangerous. So he sort of keeps her cooped up.
Yeah,
and that only sort of like gets worse and contributes to their relationship deteriorating.
It's so sad.
So she's explicitly stopped cataloging everything she sees in terms of shape and color because of her PTSD.
Oh, she like brings that up?
Yeah, she's like, I can't do art anymore because I'm so traumatized from what happened to me.
That's because she got a note.
Yeah.
It has to be.
I was so funny. I'm like, is she going to do this little book? And then the next line is like literally like, I'd stopped doing this thing I did before. Which is very funny. Except she gets triggered by the color red because it reminds her of the blood of the fairies.
Sure.
So anything she sees that's red, she sees her friend's red hair, and she's like, that was just like the evil queen's red hair when I was killing him. She saw rose petals on the ground, and she's like, red. It's just like the red of the... those come later. She also gets triggered by like the idea of being in a mountain because it happened because the traumatic thing happened under the mountain. Yeah. So there's a couple things where like the palace is in a mountain, there's a city in a mountain.
Yeah,
they later
lots
go
of mountain
to
talk.
a prison in the mountain. She's like, I don't know if I can do it because of what happened to me under the other mountain.
Right.
It's like the most baseline level of like PTSD. Like, what are the things that I remember that traumatized me, and now every time I see them, I'm gonna think about it.
Yeah, not I'm.
Which I've never experienced PTSD.
Sure.
Lots
of traumatic things happen in a house. I think you can still enter a house. Right. It's just not the same house.
Right. Yeah. So she's getting ready for her wedding, Farah, and she doesn't like all this wedding stuff.
No.
There's a fairy priestess who's like a wedding planner and who's like trying to follow like all the cult. Like this person can't sit this person, and like we have this shipment of like flowers coming in, and you have to try this dress. And Farah's like, this is all too much for just one person. Why can't we share all these things? And they're like, oh,
she's
boy.
woke.
Yeah, she's kind of. She's like, all this stuff. Who really needs it? I could never use it in a million years. But then she's like, but I'm immortal now. So it's all this like weird. Yeah,
she's getting used to her new life.
And now on page 21. So I read 326 pages the first half of this book, almost exactly the first half. On page 21 is the first sex scene.
Nice.
Turns out it's the only sex scene in the first 325 pages. I know.
No, how is that? That's a ripoff. That's what I'm here for. Oh my God. Well, is it steamy?
It's pretty good. I thought it was like nice. Like one of the things I liked, I think I said this on the last book, like I think some of the sex scenes are like written nicely, pretty well. Like clearly like she spent some time on that, not like how do I make a really nuanced description of like PTSD? It's like she sees red and it reminds her of blood. The last time she did something with blood, you know?
Who does she have sex with?
Tamlin. So it's her fiance.
Yeah.
And he drops some devastating lore right in the middle of eating her out, which is very funny.
So fellas, they're like, hey, fellas out there,
I know
who among us hasn't done
that? So they like bang or whatever, and then afterward he's like, oh, they like talk about their future or whatever, and he's like about to eat her out, and she's like, and I'll be like I get a title too, right? And he's like, do you want a title? He's like, yeah, don't I get to be High Lady now that I'm married to a High Lord? And he's like, there are no high ladies. There's only ladies. There's never been a high lady. and she's like, oh no, what does that mean?
Well, anyway.
And then he like, anyway, yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh boy, that's pretty rough.
So the patriarchy has even come to the fairy world.
Yes, it really feels like everything. Clearly, Tamlin is not the future love interest. It's Rysand. We knew this from the last book, and there's just subtle things keep happening to be like, okay, Tamlin's bad, so we don't feel bad when she leaves him.
Right.
And this is like one of those things. Like she'll never get to be a lady.
He's like a chauvinist fairy.
Yeah. He keeps her locked up.
Yeah.
For her own safety.
Right.
And she's like, I'm suffocated. Also another thing, because like they're fairies and they're like animalistic or whatever, they're not like men and women. It's always like male and female. Like he was a strong male. So it's very it feels very like
Animal Kingdom style.
Yeah, or like incel, like incels. I don't know if my brain is like over like the female.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Or like the high priestess could sample the best males the kingdom had to offer, that sort of stuff. All right. All of a sudden, page 42 is the wedding.
Wow.
Yep.
We waste no time.
We waste no time. She hates the dress. It's like too gaudy, but her wedding planner said like, this is tradition. This would accept it. But like, she hates all of this. She immediately gets cold feet because she's like, I don't know about being like, I'm immortal and like I haven't really processed what's happened to me and I'm panicking. And she, in her mind, she like cries out like, save me, someone save me, as she's walking down the aisle. And then a cloud of black smoke or whatever appears, and Rysand shows up with his like
Any
big
objections?
basically. And he's basically like, I'm here to call on my deal.
Oh, whoa. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, the first pages, the first part of this, she was like, I wonder if by some miracle he'd forgotten about our bargain. It's like,
No,
all right. No.
There's a whole book.
But he appears and whisks her away.
Well, how does Tamlin feel about this?
He's like, no, not now. It's our wedding.
Yeah.
And he's like, too bad, honey. We had a deal.
Now, what was the deal again?
She has to be with in the
she
night
used to
court
hang
for
out at the
one
night
week
court
for 1 week a month. Yeah.
And why?
Rysand like saved her, or like it was like
or
put the tattoo on her that like helped her stay sane.
Yeah.
So all the horrible things he did to her in the previous book sort of get explained away because it was like it ended up being for her own good.
Right.
And it's the only thing. Being drugged and being made to dance is the only thing that kept her sane during this hard time in her life. So we sort of glaze over that.
Yeah.
But Feyre has a lot of dread going to the night court because all she's heard is that it's so bad and gross and dark and evil.
Well, it
only
can't get any worse than
people there.
There's probably vomit there too, girl. I mean, there's not less vomit there. I can promise you that.
And she is so scared. And then the first line of the next section is, "It was the most beautiful place I'd ever seen."
Oh, nice!
I know.
Nice, even more beautiful than the spring court.
Spring court, yeah.
Is that what it is?
I guess I don't know. It's like a city. It's in the north. It's like on the ocean. There's like a mountain.
Now, why is it called the night court? Because it's nighttime there.
Yeah. There's night court. There's day court. There's summer court. There's the seasons. There's the times of day. I don't think there's afternoon court.
9 a.m. court.
Let's see, what's it? Day court, dawn court. Yeah, that's it. That's the only one I missed.
Wow, good stuff. Interesting stuff. So it's the most beautiful place she's ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful city on the water.
And she's like, I'm gonna be miserable here.
Oh,
and he's all like, you're welcome for saving you.
Yep.
And you're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I heard your mental cry out. She's like, what? Turns out the tattoo he gave her,
it's like find my iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. Find my Feyre.
Find my Feyre.
And they have a mental connection. And so he can invade her mind unless she puts up like mental walls. So they do this whole like training thing where he's like
Fitz chivalry.
Exactly. Where he's like, put up your walls, or like force me out of your mind now. Come on, do it. Yeah. So they do like have like mental training. In the meantime, it's all like the witty banter of like,
sure,
you're welcome, or like, that thing would look really good on you. What were you thinking about that? And she's like, you're such a prick.
Yeah.
Like it's all that the whole time. Yeah. On page 47, there's a very hilarious thing where Rhys is like trying to be like, maybe Tamlin's not just such a great guy. And Feyre's like, you love him. And he's all like, well, does he ask you, why doesn't he let you out? Does he ask you why you puke every night and can't look at certain colors? And Feyre's like, you know what? No, he doesn't.
Boy.
There's
you know what? No, he doesn't. That is, dude. So he knows on account of the Find My Feyre that she vomits and doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he likes her anyway.
And stuff, and he loves her anyway.
Well, he's like, here you're a guest, not a prisoner. Like you could like I'm not here to control you, unlike some other people you might know.
Interesting.
So yeah. There is some issue. So the thing with Rhys is he's half high fae and half what's called Illyrian. And that's what gives him his like spooky cool bat wings.
There we go.
Okay, great.
I think it's fixed.
So yeah, Rhys is half Illyrian, and Illyrian is in this context like a kind of, they call them lesser fairies. They're not high fae. That's why he has the cool bat wings. There's a lot of drama about his background, which we get into, but I've heard there's talk online. Rhys is very, shall we say, Mediterranean lover coded.
Oh, nice.
Turns out Illyria is a real place. It's the Roman word for like that place, the West Balkans around Albania.
Yep.
Rhys is several times described as jasmine scented. There's a sea and citrus scent.
Sure.
Golden skin.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So there's all that stuff going on. It's not crazy. It's subtle.
Sure.
But you're like,
but he is the exotic lover.
It's like the Mediterranean exotic. Yes, he sets out clothes for her, and it's like flowy sleeves and like shows her midriff. It's literally described as exotic.
Yep. Cool.
It's cool and great. I also stumbled across is that Illyrians are also a race in Star Trek.
Oh, yes, they are. Yeah. But so you can just do that.
I guess. Yeah. And apparently she like tried to trademark the word Illyrian.
It's been around for like 60 years.
Right. Or 2000 if the Romans were using it.
That's true. You can't trademark the Latin word for the Balkans.
Right. And then there's a bit of like,
wait, just people are online are these fans admitting that this is
yes, some fans
on
talk
problematic?
About this. Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's I feel like it's not fine.
No.
But it's not crazy bad.
No.
People are like trying to cancel, it's just like not well thought out, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway. He also there's like a weird I don't know what's with these fantasy writers and trying to do like racial like topic things.
Yeah, I know.
There's this whole thing about Rhys, like his mother was Illyrian and his dad was high fae, and like the other Illyrians hate him for being mixed, and they're like, but they like still see him as his ruler, but everyone else who's like was part of that society is like they're so bad and savage and backwards, and they have all these warlike traditions and. That's all we hear about them.
I think it's the easiest conflict you can instantly draw on if you're doing fantasy. I'm not excusing her.
Yeah,
I'm just saying maybe an explanation is I think the race stuff is the easiest conflict you can draw on from the real life so that you instantly understand the racism of this fantasy world.
Or how to make someone like instantly... Like you instantly get like a quote unquote interesting character.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like a guy who's sort of vaguely British.
Right.
It's like he has a history with different cultures, and it's like there's more to It's not the most complicated thing in the world.
Like I was gonna say it's in Lord of the Rings, but it's really not. There's like lore reasons why elves and dwarves don't like each other on account of the whole they were woken up first and all that stuff or whatever. But when you get right down to it, I do think it's lazy. And as soon as I'm reading a fantasy novel that has that stuff, I'm instantly like already half checked out. Like
they're just bad because their culture is bad,
right?
But like the one we meet is good, and maybe his mind has changed about something. Like it's it's that trope,
which is like I know the book isn't going to get into the moral relativism of Illyria or whatever.
I highly doubt it.
It's just like if you're going to do it, fucking do it. Don't just be like, they're terrible brutes over there. But this guy's nice.
We never go there, and like it's whatever.
You're setting yourself up for failure and to be criticized for your vaguely like borderline racist. Like the fact that you're putting it, I don't know. I don't think there's any way to do it effectively unless the book is about that.
Right.
Like entirely about that and not written by a white person.
Right. Yeah.
Which is another
just
big
to
thing.
add some, no pun intended, color to like your world.
Yes.
So all that to say, he wants to teach her how to read.
Oh, right, because she can't read because she couldn't figure out the
right. But
riddle.
now she can like sort of read, but he's like
And she can't read anything, or she can't read fairy language.
Anything.
Okay.
Because she was like poor or whatever.
Except they used to be rich, but whatever.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. Well, no. Now they're rich again because in the last book, Tamlin's like, oh, I'm going to give your family gold. So they're rich now.
Right. And
they're back to being rich. They have a mansion.
They have a mansion.
Which I think we're going to get to.
Ooh, exciting, exciting.
So he teaches her how to read. He makes her write like flirty things. He's like, hey, read this.
Pedophile school teacher.
And she like sounds it out, and she's like, did you just write Pharaoh looks delicious today?
Oh my god!
And it's all shit like that. And so when he's out on business, and she's like,
what does he do? He's finance guy.
I used to trade crypto on Wall Street. No, he
runs those Bitcoin ATMs you can find at like malls and stuff.
We find out he has apparently a lot of business to do, being the High Lord of the Night Court. But when he's not there, he like makes her copy down like sentences.
Porn?
Like, no, it's like Rysand is the hottest hunk I've ever seen.
That is crazy.
I know. And you know what? One scene of that, she knows how to read.
Oh,
the rest of it, she's like, I tucked into a good book and had a cup of tea. So
you
like,
do know
immediately
how to read.
she has to read. Immediately she knows how to read. But we also learn that because of how she was resurrected by all the High Lords putting their powers together, she might have all the powers.
Okay, but
versus all the High Lords have their own thing. Like Rhys has like the mind powers, and then like Tamlin can like turn into an animal.
Oh, that's right. He turns into like
whatever.
a big deer or something.
But she might have all the powers. That will only come out with like the right training. But
now let me ask.
Tamlin won't train her.
Do they still have the masquerade masks on their face?
No, I forgot about that.
That was over when they
3/4 of that was over when they broke the curse and they realized that it doesn't make any sense. It's bad and weird.
Hilarious.
So she learns to read, but then the week's over. She goes back to the Spring Court, and she's miserable there because Tamlin's all like, "What did you learn about the Night Court? No one ever gets to go there. Like, we need to know because war's brewing or something." And she's like, "I want to train. Will you let me train?" And he's like, "No, it's too dangerous." And so,
train to do what? Fight
or like the powers? She's like, I have powers, and he's like, "No, it's too dangerous." And so she's miserable. And then 3 weeks pass. She goes back to the Night Court.
And so they didn't get married.
No, they still haven't gotten married.
Yeah.
After the disastrous wedding. So she goes back to the Night Court, and Rhys is like, "I'm not going to hide anything to you. I'll tell you exactly what's happening. The King of Highburn, who is going to invade where they are, Prithian or whatever, and he's the bad guy from Ireland, from Fantasy Ireland.
He's the Irish bad guy.
And it's the classic, like the bad guy from the last book was only like the first step. That was the test for the real bad guy to come in.
Of course.
Because Amarantha was one of his like lieutenants or whatever.
Yeah.
And Farrah's like, if that was, and he must have dozens of lieutenants just like her, and how scary is that? And this is when she says, "I wish I hadn't eaten such a large breakfast." When she like, hears about the war brewing, and you're like, all right.
Because you might have to vomit into the John again.
Right. Rysand, or all High Fae or something, can teleport. They call it winnowing.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And maybe she can learn how to do it at some point. But her powers only come up.
Wait, all the High Fae can do it?
I think so.
All of them
They
can
just like teleport. Yeah.
Can they teleport people?
They can. Yeah, I think they can. Like, that's how Rysand gets her. But he like holds her and they like teleport.
So how
her.
come in the first book Tamlin and her had to walk to the place?
This, I believe, only comes up in this book.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think it was in the last book.
They weren't winnowing in the previous book.
Yeah. Or it's only something Rhys could do. I feel like,
if we're gonna criticize it,
I want to be right.
But in saying that, I feel like it could just be because social media is always listening to you. But when I go to read what people think about this book, I have noticed the tides have turned against Sarah J. Maas with this series in particular.
I think because as more people
are reading it.
Yeah. I felt, this is, when I was reading it, I found myself locked into the same because like line by line, it wasn't like melting my brain with how like disjointed it was. I found myself like falling into the same frame of mind as like reading Mistborn.
Yeah.
Where you just sort of like zone out and you don't really question too much and you just let it wash over you and you're like,
popcorn.
That was sort of fun,
stuff,
you know.
Describing Mistborn as sort of fun runs antithetical to the hardcover hooligans mantra.
I guess only some Fae can do it. I don't know. No, wait.
Is that Google
known
AI?
users. Tamlin apparently can winnow, according to the Court of Thorns and Roses fandom wiki. Rysand, Feyre, eventually,
but he couldn't do it.
In the last book because
she
reasons.
wrote the book.
It was
because it didn't exist yet.
Right, exactly. I think the timeline is this is all happening exactly a year after she came to the Spring Court.
You say Supreme Court?
Spring Court. Yeah, they should have a day court, night court, dawn court, spring court, Supreme Court.
District courts.
Oh my God, Tamlin.
Ninth District Court.
Tamlin just packed the very Supreme Court.
He's trying to sign a bill into law right now that you can't call off a wedding while you're walking down the aisle. Feyre.
The law that Feyre has to stay inside for her own safety.
You know, it does sound like something he would do.
Yeah.
And he wants her to stay inside because he's scared, or is it really because he's just a dickhead?
I think a little bit both. I think he's like, I almost lost you before. Like, I did lose you. You died. I don't want to risk losing you again.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't listen to her. She doesn't ask her why she's throwing up all the time.
Right. Right. Or scared of the color red. Or
right. Rhys says he's like, you're no one's subject. And every time she's like at the Spring Court, she like thinks about that. She's like, no, I'm not. I can be my own person.
Wait a minute, you're right.
Hold on, I might have powers.
Yeah, I have all the powers.
The whole it feels like every chapter she has the realization that she's like, wait, I can be my own person. I can be strong and do things. And that's sort of her journey. So Tamlin, has anger issues because he's like dealing with a lot of things, and there's this like fairy tithe that happens where like everyone in the land has to bring something to Tamlin, and like some like water fairies don't have enough. And Tamlin's like, you have to do it, or bring double next time.
And my God, Tamlin.
And Feyre's like, are you certain you can't? He's like, if I make an exception, then everyone's going to want an exception. And then,
no handouts.
Exactly. And then she goes behind her back to like give some of her own jewels to those those other fairies. And then Talon finds out. It's like, if I hear you're doing that, and it's like, oh my God,
crap.
Then later we find out Rhys says, or Talon asks Rhys like, hey, do you do a tithe? Because Talon told me it's tradition, and Rhys is like, no, that's optional. Every High Lord can decide to do that or not. It's like so
saying explicitly the tithe is optional, like then it's all optional. It's not like you signed a piece of paper like, okay, the tithe. So you don't have to do the tithe. But
and it's so much to be like, maybe Tamlin likes doing it.
Yeah.
Why would he like doing this bad thing? He must be bad.
Yeah. And they're fairies and they're magic, but they tithe like money and stuff.
Yeah.
So they still run like a sort of capitalist society.
Yeah,
land.
There's occasional like references to like the fairy money, where like we're running out of money for this wedding, or like we need to get money
magic?
from
Just,
the taxes. Yeah, like
what?
Because the tithes are like this. I know. It's so silly. Later on, we could jump to this soon, but Feyre becomes part of like Rhys's inner circle.
Okay.
With like his cabinet, basically.
Yeah.
We're about to meet them, but he's like, I don't know how it comes up, but at some point Rhys is to Feyre like, so you're getting paid for all this, right? You have a salary. It's already being deposited at the bank.
They have a fairy bank?
I guess.
They do direct deposit to the fairy bank?
Uh-huh.
What is happening? What do they spend money on? Do they?
No, I don't. These fairies have so much dinner. They're just out at dinner all the time. It's like short chapter about like a fun fantasy thing, and then like
a long
info dump dinner chapter. Okay, we'll jump to there's like a big outburst. Tamlin like gets mad, and then Tamlin gives her like, oh, here's a traveling painting kit so you get back into painting. And she sees the red tube, and it's like, she absolutely loses it, and like explodes the room. And
with her magic?
Yeah, with her magic.
Yeah.
So she can only really access it when she's angry.
But she has some sort of ultimate ability, like a video game, where she can like explode a room.
She like goes Super Saiyan, basically. She like has claws, but also fire, but also she can like get into people's minds.
Whoa.
So she has a little bit of all the powers, but she can't control them.
She only when she gets horny or angry.
Or angry, yeah.
Two key emotions.
Yeah, and Reese makes her do both a lot.
Yes,
so.
of course.
He teases her to get her pissed off, but it's also like flirty.
Yep.
You know. So after that happens, then Tamlin's like, "I'm sorry. I was just so much has been going on
busy with work."
That's what he says. He's like, "It's just everything with the tithe." And
you chose to do the tithe. It was optional. Dude, sorry, babe. So much
I got so pissed off with the tithe. And he's like, Tamlin apologized probably 1,000 times in the 3 days, but I was already closed off to him.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Right.
Babe, this high.
You don't understand, babe.
They tell you it's optional, Pharaoh, but it's not optional.
My dad did it, and his dad did it.
And God damn it, my son is going to do it.
Oh, man.
But Reese, so Reese's businesses that he attends to must be untithe related then, because he doesn't do the tithe. It seems to be all the damn.
Well, we're going to learn more about Reese and all the places he's in charge of. But
okay.
So after that part with Tamlin, Feyre's really like, because she like exploded, she went Super Saiyan or whatever. Reese's cousin, who I actually met before, whose name is Moore, her full name. It's not Morrison. I know that for sure. I want to say Morrison. It's not. She has a full fantasy. Morrigan. And she's like the spunky cousin of Reese. He's like, is my cousin giving you a bad time?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you, I'm going to punch you, Reese.
Did he tell you the tithe is optional? Because
Right,
it is not, honey.
So she like whisks Feyre away from the spring court because there's like some weird I think I have to do some loophole. She has to like bring her to outside the spring court into some cave, and then Reese can come and get them both, because if he took her right from the spring court, there'd be like war. It's like some,
because it's not that this is not in the week.
Right, it's not in the week. Exactly. So Feyre's recovering, and so far she's only seen like the inside of this palace or this house, like Reese in the night court.
Yeah.
And Reese takes her to a secret city called Valaris. It was untouched by Amarantha and the rest of the evil stuff, because it's always been kept secret. It's very Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Was it Gondolin or whatever? Yeah. Where like everyone's always kept it secret, and not even any of the other Fae know that exists. And
Celebrimbor fought that.
Right, exactly.
Or no, not Celebrimbor.
Maglin betrayed.
The guy who helps Frodo escape the ring wraiths fought that Balrog, and they both fell off the mountain over there. Remember?
No, but
when Frodo's escaping the ring in the movie, it's
yeah.
But in the book,
not Arwen. It's
some elf, and you're like,
yes.
what? But if you read the
Glorfindel, is it Glorfindel?
Yes.
I'm pretty proud of myself. I pulled out Glorfindel.
You should be. So this is like a magic untouched city that's still in the night court.
It's still in the night court, and it's like this is like on the twinkling shores, and there's a big mountain with a palace on top of it. And
that can't be good for PTSD.
And for the first stop is Reese's townhouse. That's like down in town.
Cool. He's a man of the people.
Yeah, so he has a townhouse, but he also can fly with his big bat wings up to like the palace to where he like rules everything.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's just funny. He has a townhouse. There's a bunch of shops. Feyre's like,
so this is the money.
This is like where all this is like a real city now.
Yeah, and I'm sure they have dinner here.
Oh, they have a lot of dinner here. There's three different like shopping palaces.
Cool.
With different things. This is very funny.
We call them malls here.
The Palace of Thread and Jewels, the Palace of Bone and Salt, and the Palace of Hoof and Leaf. This is the one and only time it comes up in this first half, but it's important that we know those are the name of their malls, and there's different stuff at each of them.
A palace of hoof and leaf.
Exactly. And
so what does that mean, Danylo? Hoof and leaf. You can buy a horse and you can buy some weed there?
I think so. I think that's exactly right. And there's like, and Reese is like, and there's the artists' quarter. And Farrah's like, artists? Oh, I never called myself an artist. I never thought so highly of myself to call myself an artist.
Right,
but
you did.
Wow, there's artists here. And apparently the human side of the wall doesn't have any cities anymore. So it's like the first city she's like ever seen. And they're always eating. And it's hinted that Reese did something horrible to protect this city, like to keep it secret from Amarantha.
Price.
Yeah, exactly. So not only is he in charge of this city, he's also in charge of a place called the Court of Nightmares and and the Court of Dreams.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. And they don't.
He's pulling double duty with Nightmares and
exactly.
Dreams?
Yeah. Well, Court of Nightmares is like where all. No, is it where all the Illyrians are? I don't remember. There's vague other places that are fantasy that aren't this main city. They spend most of the time in this main city.
In Valeria? Is that what it's called?
Valeris. Yeah. And so now we meet the inner circle. I think it's at dinner.
Well, it better be at dinner.
So we have Moore, his cousin. We have Cassian, who's
Andor?
Just Cassian.
Okay.
He's the commander of Reese's armies, and Farrah's like, "Oh my God, he has armies.
Yeah,
this guy must be the real deal." And we're like, So he's Illyrian. So they have like some of the
maybe that's why
Tamlin's
so stressed out. Is he so terrified of war because he doesn't have an army? So then what are you tithing for? Though?
Yeah, exactly. He's buying paint sets for his girlfriend
and wondering why she's not painting with the red.
There's Azriel, the spy master, and there's Amryn, who we don't know much about her, but she's apparently some like timeless, all-powerful eldritch being who's like trapped in the body of a high fae.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Which I thought was really cool. I'm like, that's like I think my favorite character.
Yeah.
And she's like kind of quiet and doesn't say a lot of stuff.
That's awesome.
Another thing. This reminded me a lot of Brandon Sanderson. The Illyrians, some of them are born with the ability to like do magic, but they have to channel their magic through these gemstones they have on their hands.
No.
They're called siphons. So some of them have like big gemstones like on their hands. They can like shoot magic through.
Okay, I don't care.
Like great. So there's dinner, a lot of info dumps.
There's a lot of dumps after that dinner, I bet. That big dinner.
A lot of throwing up, maybe. So this all felt very like the Mistborn crew. Like they're all sort of like quirky outcasts, but they're also extremely powerful and in charge of everything.
Yep.
And they're all like best friends, and they keep the city safe.
Yeah, they're the Justice League.
Yeah, and Farrah starts like hanging out with Morrigan more, and she's like, I've never had a female friend before. Maybe I deserve this. You know? It's like, oh, great. And again, it's like, I can be my own person. I want to train. And she keeps saying how she wants to train. Everyone keeps asking her that she wants to train. And they're like, we're going to train you. There's one training montage, and it's in like 150 pages.
Nice.
There's a bunch of other stuff that happens before that.
Well, there's a lot of, we got to make room for all that dinner.
Yeah. And so we learn, I don't know if it was really a sacrifice to protect the secret of the city, but like he basically offered himself up to be Amarantha's whore, and then like collectively mind wiped everyone to forget about this city.
Really?
Yeah. So he'd be like, anytime a prisoner would get caught, he'd like try to mind wipe them from the city. He basically had like a big mind wipe bubble around like his whole country to like protect it safe. And you're kind of like, okay, I guess that explains why there's a secret city or whatever. Yep. So what follows is a series of fun fantasy episodes. They have to find out what the King of Highburn is doing.
Sure.
So they go to, it's called the prison. It's an island. It's very like Azkaban.
The prison.
The capital P prison.
Nice.
And to visit someone called the Bone Carver.
Oh, cool.
And the first, we like get to the door of the prison, and it's like a big mountain island.
Sure.
And
it's
Farrah,
Azkaban.
and Farrah looks at it and is like,
No.
I can't go in there.
No.
She's like, I'd forced my body to take a step, but I couldn't. And he's just like, okay, I guess we're not going in. They go back, and then Amren is like, so I used to be trapped in there because I was an all-powerful eldritch thing. Here's a gem that will protect you. So carry this gem, and then you'll be fine.
What was going on in the... If she didn't have the gem... Wait a minute. I thought she was scared because...
She's scared because of
the PTSD.
She was like scared. She's like, I'm going to get trapped
also
under a mountain
bad
again.
might happen to you in there. Like
well, it's like there's like scary people in there.
Right, but it's a prison.
Well, she's scared of getting trapped in there because she was trapped under the mountain before. She's scared of mountains. She's mountain phobia.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's like, this will cure your mountain phobia.
You're right. Okay.
And she's like, all right, I'll hold it. And she goes in and it's fine. And
nice. Good. Conflict resolved.
Later on, we find out he's like, oh, that gem did nothing. That was just like, just had to believe in yourself.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, actually. All powerful eldritch.
I read that. I immediately clocked that was going to happen. But
yeah. Well, because that's why I was confused. I was like, I don't understand how the gem is going to protect you.
No, she just had to believe in herself.
Are there Dementors there?
No, everyone's like trapped in stone walls or something, and the
like
deeper
in
you
the
go
wall.
down,
They've
I
been,
think so.
They've
They
been
the
cask of Amontillado.
They're like, I think so. I think they like go down a corridor, and she's like, I can hear things behind the stone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's like the fun fantasy stuff is pretty fun.
So who is this bone carver?
So he will answer any question, and he has information about things somehow. It's not really clear.
Okay, but why is he called the bone carver?
So he's always carving bones. You have to bring him. He has a bone collection. He's always carving them.
Cool.
You have to bring a bone.
Cool. Oh, bring a bone. Take a bone.
Bring a bone. Bring a bone. Get an answer.
Oh, so you bring him a bone.
Yeah,
and he gives you.
Well, so they bring like the one of the bones that killed the worm from the first book, and he's.
Just sometimes you say stuff, and I'm like, okay. and he, how did she get the bone from the worm? I thought it was in the evil place.
They haven't. Okay. And even the bone carver heard of that. It's like, I heard you kill that big worm with this bone.
All you do is
That's
hang
so
out in here.
Cool.
And wait, so is the bone carver in prison?
Yeah.
So what did he do?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think he's just like an evil, creepy guy.
Sure, but he knows a lot of stuff because he's a fairy.
You get a question. He's like some creature, I think.
Okay.
But the fantasy rules are a question for a question. So like you get to ask a question. You answer a question he has.
That's what I like real
question.
How are you?
Yeah,
I'm good. How are
good,
you?
How are you? What did you see when you die? What's the bad guy up to? Those those sorts of things. Yeah.
Did right before you got your box munch, did somebody drop some devastating information on you? Wow, actually, yeah. It's funny. Yeah. Did you have a lot of dinner? Oh my God, I did. I had so much dinner. Thank you for asking, Bone Carver.
One of the fun things about the Bone Carver is everyone who sees him sees like a different thing when they go in there.
I like that.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
They're trying to find
Wait, you
out.
said go in there. I thought they were trapped behind stone.
He has like a room, like a cell they go in. I don't know. It's sort of vague. Yeah. One of the sentence things gave me a bit of a headache, and she like sees him and something scary happens, and she said, I tried not to start bleating like cattle. Like bleating? Like what goats do?
So you see something scary, you go, bah.
I know, like a cow. There's a screenshot on my phone.
Moo.
I'm like, is that... I had to look up. I'm like,
am I wrong?
I'm like, I'm pretty sure only sheep bleat, but like maybe that's a generic term for like animals making a sound. So I Googled it, and the AI answer is like, no, cattle do not bleat. I was like, okay, so that was just a weird inconsistency. So what they want to find out is, okay, well, we haven't talked about the cauldron. Do you remember the cauldron?
No, I don't remember the
okay,
cauldron.
so in the previous book, the cauldron is like the source of all life and power for the fairies.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
and so
right.
this whole time they're also like swearing. They're like, by the cauldron.
I do remember that.
Or thank the cauldron.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But they're trying to find out like what the King of Hybern was up to, and the Bone Carver's like, so he's got the cauldron. He stole he stole the cauldron.
Wait, it's like an actual cauldron?
Yeah, it's like in a place. And so this is so long story short, the cauldron was somewhere. It was gone. It's all powerful. But in order to use the cauldron, you need the 3 feet of the cauldron that were sawed off at some point. So you have to collect the 3 feet of the cauldron to use the cauldron.
It's a Zelda puzzle. Yeah.
But only a special book can stop the cauldron called the Book of Breathings, but the Book of Breathings has been split into 2 parts.
No!
So they have to find both halves of the Book of Breathing.
Oh my God, so much to do, and
I
everybody's too
know.
busy eating dinner and getting timed.
I know.
What's gonna happen?
So where are the 2 halves of the Book of Breathings?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
So one half is at the summer court.
Oh, that's good.
So I think they're gonna do some sort of heist. That's sort of where this half left over.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
The other half is in the hands of the 7 mortal queens or something in the
Okay.
human lands.
So we're going back to the.
So we're
human
going
lands.
back to human lands. Also, it's funny. There's another tutorial on how to pronounce Feyre.
Nice, good, yeah.
The bone carver's like, Feyre. He pronounced my name and it's 2 syllables or whatever. Like,
That's how I feel every time anybody
it's
says my name.
1/3 of the way through the book already. Okay, what else? So they get out of there. They have the information they need. They probably have dinner again, whatever. Then they have to go to someone called the Weaver, and I thought I was having a stroke. I'm like, didn't we just talk to the Weaver? Like, no, we just talked to the Carver, and I was the Weaver, and I was just about to write no. Then I turned the page, and Feyre's like, the Weaver, the Carver. Why don't they just give people names in this place?
You're writing the book. You're in charge of that. It doesn't have to be that way.
I know. Oh man.
Weaver, the Carver. We're supposed to have dinner. Like, I can't think about this.
So so they have to go see the Weaver of the Woods, whatever, because they have to prove that Feyre and Rhys are connected, and the Weaver took an object from
my God, I don't
Rhys,
care.
and you have to go. She has to go into the house, and he's not going to tell her what the object is. She has to just feel it out and steal the object before like the Weaver looks at her and escape. So long story short, she does that. The Weaver is sort of fun. It's like scary. She's like spinning her thread, and it's like human skin or souls or
that's pretty
something.
cool.
There's a bunch of stuff, and she like sees a ring, and then all the doors close, and she has to escape, and she like crawls out the chimney, and it's all like greasy with like human fat
yeah,
or whatever because she's like burning people, and so like all that sort of fantasy stuff is like,
Yeah, that's
I
fun.
like. She gets out, and she's like, I'm covered in human grease, and she immediately vomits.
Oh my God, I'm covered in human grease.
But she's like, wow, I got myself out of that scrape. Maybe I can do this. Like once again,
Yeah.
she's like, I can be my own person.
She can be whoever she wants to be.
So that happens.
Now, is she vomiting throughout all this as well?
There's less vomiting.
Okay.
Now she's not under duress at Spring Court. So
Right.
the Spring
She's just
Court.
covered in
I even thought I said Supreme Court. Spring Court.
She's just covered in human grease.
Right. Which is a normal reason to vomit. Like that's fair. I'll give her that one.
Yeah. Oh man.
And so now that happened because it was like a test so that she could like prove that she's strong. And Rhys is like, I knew you would get out of there just fine. And he was like hanging out nearby. Anyway,
Just in case stuff
it doesn't
went down.
matter. So now they have to be like, okay, how do we get a letter to these mortal queens to get the first half of this book? And
Now hang on. Why is the book in 2 parts?
I think it had something to do with that treaty at the beginning of the last
It
book.
was split in twain like a strong man ripping a phone book. 2 parts.
It just says 2 parts.
All right, 2
I don't
parts.
really know what way it's split in half. So they need to find a way to like send a letter to these queens and have somewhere to meet.
Fun.
And they all look at Feyre and be like, your family has a house in the mortal realms.
Yeah.
So they go back. Their family's not happy to see them. They have dinner. They have, get this, they have leftovers. Because part of the deal is all the inner circle comes in.
Yes.
And they're like, we have to find, the fairies can't, the people that, our staff can't see the fairies. So like the sisters have to find like a way to, get rid of the staff. But then they need to like all eat, I guess. And so like they empty out literally casserole dishes.
Is this
And
casserole?
like, is it in a fridge? Like, I don't like, what is happening? And so they have a very tense dinner because, Nesta, the asshole sister, is all like, so you left us? Like, you don't like the food? Like, they're like, you don't like the food?
What is happening? Why was she so hungry when she was writing the book? Just
they're always
eat dinner before you sit down to write.
This was crazy. So like, Nesta's being super passive aggressive, and Feyre's like, I laid my hand flat on the table. I can eat, drink, fuck, and fight just as well as I did before. Better even. Because she's all like, you're a fairy now, aren't you?
Right.
It's like, okay, you tell your sister you can fuck, okay?
Oh, you didn't like the dinner? I can fuck whoever I want to.
Every time they say fuck in this book, it like really comes out of nowhere. You're like, what is happening? You can tell like she wants to like be like edgy, but it always comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like so they're flirting with like she's like flirting with someone, and Reese is like, would you be mad if I fucked her or whatever? You're like, what is happening?
That's an insane thing to say. Somebody's flirting with somebody. You just walk up to them. Would you be mad if I fucked them? Yes, I'm talking to them right now. So wait, so her sisters can't see the fairies either?
No, she can. They like made themselves be seen, and they're like, we have to use
Why
our
couldn't the
mansion.
staff see the fairies?
Because the staff were like anti-fairy or whatever.
Sure.
I don't know. It had to be just them. There's too many characters doing.
For a second, in my head, from the sisters' point of view, it was just a bunch of casserole being eaten by was just disappearing slowly on plates.
Oh no, they could see them at that point because the staff had been like, oh, go on vacation real quick or whatever,
quickly.
So they have this plan. They literally like. So then we spent some time drafting a letter, and then we all went down to the post office to post our letter to the
There's
queens.
a USPS here?
There's a post office, and you could just mail letters to the queens of the mortal realms or whatever. And
that's how they got Ted Kaczynski.
Like, all right, so that's done. And then they fly back to Valaris. Like, we'll hear when they get back.
Wait, so why did they even have to go to the house and get some dinner? Couldn't they just went to the post office?
Though they needed to set up like a rendezvous, a checkpoint, so when the mortal queens come, they can do it in the mortal realms at the house, and so you can see the family. Oh, the dad is away on like
he's got business
trade. He's doing business.
Sure.
He'll be back till the summer.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's tithing.
So they go back to Valaris, and they're like, she's like chilling in her room, and Reese comes in. He's like, would you allow the Lord of the Night to take you out on the town?
Oh.
That's literally the line. And she's like, sure. And so they go have dinner again. They have dinner. So they're like, they have tea. They go shopping.
I'm going to start saying that to people. Would you allow the Lord of the Night to
take you out of the town?
Anyway, I know we just ate. Would you like some dinner?
This is where she learns she has a salary. I don't know if it's particularly funny, but it's sort of like, okay.
Well, she sits down to the dinner and is like, how am I supposed to pay for it? And she's like, well, you could use your debit card I gave you. We have direct deposit hooked up to the bank.
Wait, so he's like, this doesn't. Okay, so he says, we owe them gratitude for letting us use this house. I guess it's back when they're with like thing. But it'll be a long while yet before I can look at your sisters without wanting to roar at them, because she treated him poorly or whatever. And Feyre says, a part of me feels the same way, but if I hadn't gotten to those woods, if they hadn't let me go out there alone, you would still be enslaved, and perhaps Amarantha would now be readying her forces to wipe out these lands. Silence. Then, I'm paying you a wage, you know, for all of this. And she's like, you don't need to. Narration, even if I had no money of my own. And then he says, every member of my court receives one. There's already a bank account in Valaris for you where your wages will be deposited. And you have lines of credit at most stores. So if you don't have enough on you when you're shopping, you can have a bill sent to the house. And you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
You don't have to do that. I swallowed hard. And how much exactly am I getting paid each month? The same amount the others receive. No doubt a generous, likely too generous salary. But he suddenly asked, when is your birthday? And then she's like, the winter solstice. He's like, but that was a few months ago. You didn't say anything. And she was like, it didn't seem right to talk about my birthday then. Anyway, so that's how we learned she has a salary.
Oh my! We have to defeat the dark fairy lord. Anyway, you've lines of credit.
You can go shopping anywhere you want. Oh boy!
Everybody's priorities are way out of whack.
Yeah, it's because that's the tough part. It's like the fun fantasy thing. It's like the Weaver and the Bone Carver. It's like 5 pages, and then it's like 20 pages of dinner, and like You can shop as much as you want in this town. Oh, man.
If you paid me $1 million and people are like, this book series is really popular, I would have never come up with all they do is eat dinner and shop. I mean, I like those things too, I guess. So.
And again, there hasn't been any sex since page 40. We're on page 300. They should be fucking at least as much as they're eating dinner. That's my opinion. I'd be having more fun if there was more sex in this. Oh man.
God.
But this brings me to the fantasy sexting.
Yes.
Because she learns that she can teleport objects short distances.
Okay.
So she's reading a book in her room.
Because she knows how to read.
Right, exactly. She knows how to read now. She's like, sees a note, and Rysand had written something on it. She like sees the note, and then like something clicks on the nightstand, and then like a pen had appeared. And she's like, okay. She snatches up and she scribbles, go lick your wounds and leave me be. The paper vanished. It was gone for a while, far longer than it should have taken to write a few words that appeared on the paper when it returned. I'd much rather you licked my wounds for me.
It took him a while to come up with that, which is so funny.
My heart pounded faster and faster. A strange sort of rush went through my veins as I read the sentence again and again, challenged. I clamped my lips shut to keep from smiling as I wrote, lick you where exactly?
Oh, my God.
The paper vanished before I'd even completed the final mark. His reply was a long time coming. Then, wherever you want to lick me, Feyre.
How come he's taking so long to write the letters?
I'd like to start with everywhere, but I can choose if necessary.
Ooh, wow.
I wrote back, let's hope my licking is better than yours. I remember how horrible you were at it under the mountain. I don't know what that's referring to. She says, lie. He licked away my tears when I'd been a moment away from shattering. So,
okay, he licked away her tears.
There's a couple paragraphs of something. He'd done it to keep me distracted, to keep me angry. Because anger was better than feeling nothing. Because anger and hatred were the long-lasting fuel in the endless dark of my despair.
Oh, my God.
So that was he was an asshole to me at my weakest for my own good.
Right.
Yeah. I was under duress, his next note read. If you want, I'd be more than happy to prove you wrong. I've been told I'm very, very good at licking.
Oh.
I clenched my knees together and wrote back, good night. A heartbeat later, his note said, try not to moan too loudly when you dream about me. I need my beauty rest.
What the fuck is happening?
And then that's the end of the chapter. And then it cuts to, I didn't dream about Reese. Oh, man.
So they really do fantasy sex.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Just saying I'm good at licking.
Yeah, that's
it's
crazy.
Not like
it's not.
I don't know.
No.
Anyway, so that's the fantasy sexting. I think it happens again. But anyway, so 300 pages in, we finally get a training montage. She's finally like punching. Everyone's in there fighting leathers.
Sure.
And she's having a whole thing about she's like, I can wear fancy stuff at night, but then I can change into like fighting gear during the day.
And if you run out or it's dirty, you have lines of credit
at most stores. And if you
stores.
There's one shop that's like no credit.
Absolutely no credit.
No
Cash
credit.
only.
Cash only. You have lines of credit at most stores, except at the seedy cash only bars. So the training montage is her like punching out her trauma. She's like,
nice.
Tamlin, he had some good in him, but he was wrong, and like I can't be caged. And for some, there's like 3 times I mentioned the detail that like her pinky is really weak from like punching things.
Okay.
Like my pinky was shaking as I lifted the glass of water from like punch. I don't know why.
I think if
you have to write that her pinky is weak. I don't know. So
like
she works through her trauma. Then they go to the summer court because they're going to do a heist. They're going to steal the second half of the book.
Yeah.
And they're on some sort of like boat or something. And now, so they're all at the summer court, dark-skinned with silver hair, as if they lived under the bright sun their whole lives. So
okay, cool.
They're all black.
Yeah.
So we'll sort of see where that goes. I don't know if it's great, but you're like, okay, at the summer court, great. Careful.
Wait, so they all look like like Animander Rake.
Yeah, or like or from the new Game of Thrones show, they all have silver hair.
Oh yes, yeah. They look like that.
Those Targaryens. Yeah. So they're like flirting with them because they're gonna know they're gonna need to do this heist, and she's like flirting with this guy.
Hang on a minute. They go to the place where all the black people are to steal stuff.
That's certainly what it seems like.
No,
to seduce them and steal their stuff. I don't know where the section ended, like halfway through where they're here, and so Rysand was like flirting with like one of the other ladies, and she was flirting with one of the guys, and like they talk, and she's like, I know you should do anything you could to like get the book, and she's like, oh, would you be mad if I fucked him for it? Like, what is happening?
What the hell?
And then the Lord of the Summer Court like checks out Feyre, like looks. Like
leering
down, leering at her, and Rysand responds out of nowhere. Okay, so here we go. The High Lord did not smile. I kept my face neutral, vaguely bored. His face drifted to my chest, the bare skin revealed by the sweeping V of my gown, as if he could see where that spark of life, his power, had gone. Because he was one of the guys who helped like resurrect her.
Sure.
Rhys followed that gaze. Her breasts are rather spectacular, aren't they? Delicious as ripe apples. And then she's like, I fought the urge to scowl, instead slid my attention to him. And then like they just keep going with the conversation. You're like, okay. So yeah, Rysand's flirting with some other fairy girl, and Feyre's really worried that like he's gonna fuck her for information, and then they like spend the night on this boat, and Feyre's like, "Ooh, I didn't hear them fucking through our mental bond." Phew.
Yeah.
And that's where I finished this section.
But I wonder if they did.
I don't know. We'll see.
Wow, that sounds like a really good book, Danylo. Thank you for sharing.
Yep. Yeah.
What's the over-under on more dinner?
There has to be more. I need to keep a dinner count. I was keeping a vomit count.
How many vomits did you get to?
There's like 3 actual like I vomited on the floor. And then there was the undescript, like the uncountable PTSD vomits that were just generally happening.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that's too much vomiting.
It's too much vomiting.
For a main character. When your book starts out, literally the first sentence is, I vomited into the toilet.
Is that actually?
That is literally, look, so the prologue happens, and the prologue is like literally one facing page. This is the prologue. Part 1, The House of Beasts, Chapter 1. I vomited into the toilet, hugging the cool sides, trying to contain the sounds of my retching. And you're like, okay.
We're in.
In media vomit.
No, that's a TMV. That's too much vomit.
So this book was better. It's fun than the last one.
It really sounds
It's fun in like a crazy way.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I just, for fairy smut, they skip over a lot of fairy stuff. They skip over a lot of smut. There's a lot of like weird sideways flirting.
Yeah.
There's random leering men commenting about breasts out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But like besides that, there's a sex scene on page 40. The rest of it is like tension, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess that's part of it. But like, yeah, there's
part of the steamy moments for sure. But
right.
And I'm sure by the end of it, they'll be inside one another.
I don't know if that's, well, certainly.
Yeah.
But, yep. Oh, I've been told, so my girlfriend Shelby read these books. I've been told I have to say 3 things I liked about the book at the end. So I was telling her, I'm like, I was just reading, and I'm like, oh my God, Feyre. I'm like, she's getting paid as I'm reading. And I was like, you can't just trash this book. So I'm gonna list those things out now. I actually have more than 3. I like Rysand. I think he's a fun character.
Yeah.
Though I'm unfortunately worried that, like most of the male love interests that we've encountered, we only really like him because we get none of his POV. And the minute we get any of his, we're going to be like, oh boy. I like that there's a secret city that they have kept secret for forever that no one knows about. Mm-hmm. Sort of a trope, but I like it. Trope. I think it's fun. The bone carver appearing different to a different person. I think that's fun. Like all the fantasy, like the Weaver and whatever, and some of like the different types of fairies from the last book make an appearance, but you don't remember which one is which, because that is something they don't talk about. They're like, the Ator was behind me and pounced on me, and I'm like, which one was that?
Right.
Or like the Suriel, which I think is the one that like does a wish, but at no point does it like
Actually
say
tell you
which one that is. But everyone knows about the fucking worm that you killed.
Right.
There's only one sex scene. But it was nicely written, except for the jarring, like, you know, we live in a sexist world, right? Anyway, here, let me make you come. Anyway, that's the first half of Court of Mist and Fury.
Part 1 of Akamath.
Part 1 of Akamath. And they're just kind of people with magic powers.
Yeah.
They're not even really fairies or they're magical people.
Yeah.
And that's what they are. There's just a lot of dinner, man.
Yeah, it's a
I'm very
lot
sick of dinner.
of dinner. Are you going to have dinner tonight, do you think?
I can't. Not after this.
No.
I'm like, what am I going to info dump about?
And you don't have a letter to send to 7 women or anything like that?
No. Well, I could just go to the post box and do that.
But you have
So you're
to
the 7 presidents of America, because you have half a book.
Yes.
So we can find out where the 3 feet of the cauldron are. And all that is just dumped out at once. I was like, there's the cauldron, 3 feet, but there's a book, and the book is in 2 parts, controlled by the 7 queens. And you're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But all that being said, I'm looking forward to seeing where this this craziness goes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think that about does it.
I think that's it. Mac, do you have any reactions, thoughts? Do you have any like
I
called
mean,
shots?
this sounds insane. I don't.
It's pretty crazy.
Not even in the stuff that happens, just in the structure of it being a book that you had to go out and buy with money. Like, what? When hopefully you had a line of credit at the store. Yeah. If it was one of the stores, of course. Most shops. I just, I can't imagine a world in which, why is this so popular? Like, what is it bringing to the table? What need is it servicing that?
Something I do have to say about this is more than the first one. This feels more like character. There's more character development. Like we learn about Reese and his background, and his mom was discriminated against in the night court, and they escaped all like the brutal social oppression of the Illyrians or whatever. And it's all sort of like basic and ham-fisted, but like it is here. It's not like I'm a girl and I killed a fairy and now I'm magic, and now there's 3 trials and I cry and shake, and that's the book, you know? So there's something there. All that being said, Fair is really annoying.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Could be a better, could still, it has room for improvement, the book.
I see a version, like I want to read like a good romantasy with like I could read this exact same thing. And like, if it was good, I would enjoy it. Probably.
Well, if you're listening and you have a suggestion for good,
for a good fairy smut book, a good fairy romantasy book, I would love to read it.
Because lest we forget, I didn't hate Fourth Wing.
Right.
I did not hate it. It's not good. I'll tell you right now, it's terrible. But I didn't hate it. And so even if it's just like that, or it's just fun enough, where I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, like I didn't hate this. I thought it was really funny and crazy and weird, but like I didn't hate it.
Right. Not like the first one.
Not like the first one. That was crazy.
I mean, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yep.
I'm excited to see what they have for dinner. I'm excited to see where they go shopping.
What maybe Farrah will like max out her credit card and I'll have to get bailed out by Rice.
My God, she ends up in prison.
Debtor's prison. Under the mountain, no worst nightmare.
Debtor's prison.
But she'll have the jewels. And
a mountain of debtors in prison.
You've been sentenced to a mountain of debt under a mountain in prison.
Under a mountain of prison. Maybe they'll go to one of these malls, palace of shopping, sprees or whatever.
Of shopping and sprees.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's it. You know, I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see if next time you spill more water on the book,
it'll be even wetter. Yeah. maybe I'll lick it.
Good. Oh,
I'm good at licking books.
Good night.
All right, whatever. Bye.
I did not dream of Danylo. Well, if you liked this episode, please leave us a 5-star review on your podcatcher of choice. Please send us an email to hardcoverhooligans@gmail.com.
Or comment on a post or any sort of social thing, or even a review if there's a good fantasy fairy smut book out there.
We would really love to hear one. We would actually like to read it.
Yeah.
You can follow us on the social medias now, your Instagrams, your TikToks. We're actually posting videos on there because we have our social media extraordinaire Caitlin in charge of that. So shouts out Caitlin. I think that's it.
That's it. All right, everyone.
Stay hungry.
Stay hungry and eat all the dinners you need.
Eat all the dinners
you can afford it.